welcome back to the Kneady Homesteader channel, you guys. And you guys are in my pantry. I stopped showing my pantry when you know, the COVID crazy was happening, and I took down all my videos of my pantry and just decided, you know what, the world has gone crazy, and maybe I shouldn't show my pantry. And you know, I was full of fear and all of those things, and so I stopped talking and sharing about my pantry. And now that I'm on the other side of a life-changing, like my heart-changing and all the things, I just, you know, I don't live in fear anymore. So, and I realized that the pantry, sorry, I thought somebody was at the door, but it was just a cat. I'm not used to cats in the house. I've never had a cat. So, but now we've been adopted by 2 cats, and so it's a very, you know, anyway, sorry for the distraction. All right, let's get back to it. So, with my change of heart posture and everything that I've been through, you guys, I'm realizing, and every time I talk about my pantry, or I talk about putting food by, I talk about a joyful pantry and building a pantry out of joy and not fear. The more people have reached out to me asking if I would share. And so I truly, truly believe that this is part of my calling now. The Lord has brought me through many seasons in life, from, you know, having a almost no budget, feeding 5 children on food assistance, to learning how to cook from scratch and changing the way that I shop, to learning how to can, learning how to dehydrate, learning how to garden, all the things. And then not only to make food stretch, but then to be met with catastrophic life tragedy. You know, my husband being killed, me and my children being injured and being wheelchair bound, being on a walker, not being able to grocery shop, and having to live out of this pantry for almost a year before I was well enough to sit in one of those motorized carts and go shopping. The first time I went shopping, my stepmom, Donna, took me out, and I cried. and then I FaceTimed my dad at the deli, and I was like, look at me, I'm shopping. And then I FaceTimed like all of my closest friends that were there for me, and I'm like, look at me, I'm shopping, I'm at the store, I'm at the deli, look at me. So anyway, okay, I digress. So this room, man, this room is joy for me. This room is where I put food by for my favorite people on this planet, in this world. I can everything with love. I shop with love. I used to hate grocery shopping, and now, what a privilege it is. I would give anything to be able to shop for Matt still, or my mom. It just changes your perspective. It changes your heart posture. And so now I don't see it as a chore. I see it as a blessing. I see it as a privilege, an honor. And so this room is what nourishes my family. Now, this room has changed a lot in the past 3.5 years since our accident. There was a time I could not come in here. There was a time where this room brought me anxiety. I would come in here and I would see the food that I bought for Matt sitting on the shelves. I would see holes, empty holes, things that I can start, you know, dwindling down. things that were starting to expire. And it just brought me such anxiety. And it took me a while to get back into this room, I'm not gonna lie. And it took me a couple of times to come back into this room. So I would come in here, I would work, I would reorganize, and then I would leave, and then I would kind of avoid this room. And then I would come back, do it again, and then avoid. And it was just all part of grief and trauma and healing. And here I am 3.5 years later, and this room I have surrendered. This room is a lot of surrender. Prior to the accident, I was getting rid of a lot of prepackaged food, and I was making so much from scratch. And now, 3.5 years later, I'm starting back into that journey, but I'm also listening to my body. I'm also surrendering still. Not everything I can do by scratch yet. I just can't. I don't have the energy. I don't have the strength. I don't have the strength in my legs. You know, even standing here, it's wonderful to stand here and talk, but this is from working on my legs and my strength all summer long in the pool. Somebody had asked me how I'm kind of getting back because she's struggling with her health and hip pain and arthritis. And I told her, my surgeon said, get in the pool. So that's what I did. And at first I just swam and I walked around. And then I bought myself some ankle weights, and I bought myself some, you know, barbells. And that's how I've been able to kind of put strength back and endurance back into my body. And it's slowly coming, but I'm giving myself a lot of grace. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself. So you will see in this pantry, there's a lot of shortcuts. There's a lot of food that I buy for my kids. I'm not always home. Sometimes I'm at Bible study. Sometimes, you know, I'm at the studio with Mina. So there's convenience foods here. There are foods that are easy for me to cook on nights where my pain is high. Stress can do that. You know, being on my feet a lot can do that. If I do canning, you know, in the morning, by the time dinner comes around, it's difficult for me. So I've learned now a balance. So half of the room is like cooked from scratch, and the other half is like more convenience. And then of course I have my fridge, my freezer. I've got 3 freezers in the basement. I also have some pantries that I have in the kitchen, like my seasonings and my flour and things that I use while I'm cooking. And this room is like the restock room. So this is where I'll come and replenish things in my kitchen when I run out. I'm gonna quickly, it's not about what's in here though, because what's in here is what my family enjoys. What you and your family enjoy is gonna be completely different. I want this video though to be encouraging to you, because I know a lot of people are struggling with building a pantry. They're struggling with what they're putting in their pantry, organization. I'm not the best at it, but I have found a system that kind of works for me, so I just go with it. Monday, we are going to be meal planning together. I'll leave a link down below to my meal planner that I will be using, and sharing with you how I meal plan from my pantry, from my refrigerator. I'll take you around and I'll show you some things that I bought. I try never to buy food full price. I try to wait for a sale. So, and then when I see a sale, I go for it. You'll see I bought a lot of stuffing, because stuffing after the holidays was like buy one get one free. So I picked up a lot of stuffing. We have stuffing sometimes with chicken dinner, things like that. So it's not really about what's in my pantry as much as it is finding what works for you and your family. When I first started building my pantry, I went off a lot of other people on YouTube, okay? I watched a lot of people. I put food by that a lot of people put by, and then I realized my family doesn't eat that. We don't eat lentils. So why was I putting away lentils? Split peas. I love split pea soup. I was brought up on it, but my family does not like it. But I had a lot of split peas. I was brown rice. I was stocking brown rice, not realizing that it goes rancid really quickly. Like, it has like a 6-month shelf life. So things like that. So when I first started building my pantry, I wasted a lot of money. Because I was following other people instead of following what my family liked to eat. And so when you build your pantry, just be mindful. Be mindful of what you enjoy, what your family enjoys, or what you and your husband enjoy. I know there's a lot of empty nesters that are learning to redo a pantry without children in mind or the center focus. And so when I stock my pantry, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about, to be honest, like another tragedy, like another emergency. So what do I need? What do I want on the shelves if I were in the hospital and my kids were here? What would I want them to eat? What would I want them to find? What if Danny was cooking, or like my dad was in here cooking, my stepmom was in here. There were many hands in this room. Now I have that perspective, so I don't lead in fear with it. I feel it's almost like a power move, because I have experience in it. Now I can really decipher, okay, what do I want in here? What would make cooking for the kids easier on someone who might be dealing with, me being in the hospital, and the stress of having to be here and take care of the house and take care of the kids and all that. So I'm always thinking of those things. But everything that I put in here is with joy and blessing, and with nourishing my family on my heart. And so I'm going to just kind of take you around this room. I'll turn on the light. I'm kind of using the daylight right now, but it's kind of dark in here to move you around. But what I want is, if you have any questions about pantry building, I know I shared Prepper's Pantry Book with you. I will leave a link for it. The video up above, I'll leave a link to the book down below, along with the book for the meal planner down below. But as we're kind of gonna roll into Monday here, today's Wednesday, if you have any questions for me, like I said, I'm just a mom with a camera who turns it on and who's a chatty Cathy. But if you have any questions that I can answer or help you with, let me know, because then I'll just come back on here and I'll make another video, and we'll talk about it. I'm looking at this as like, I'm not I'm not full of ego, pride, or arrogance. I am just here as somebody who has been through some experiences and humbly wants to pass the baton onto you, if it can help you in any way. If it can help one mama out there who's struggling or stressed out or stuck or has a lot of anxiety over putting food by, especially with grocery prices right now, doubled, tripled in some areas. I know a dozen brown eggs at my local grocery store is $9.29 a dozen right now. When you're feeding many mouths, that can really stress a mama out. So I'm just going to share with you what I'm doing, and we can all do it together, and be a support for one another through all of this. Through, some challenging economic times, and also, with kind of a crazy world right now. So we'll do this together, you guys, and I'll help you, and you guys will help me. You guys help me with so much. I just made a garlic honey for the first time, and so many of you reached out to help me with that. I've never made it before. So we'll do this together, you guys. Just girlfriend to girlfriend, or sister to brother, if there's gentlemen out there watching me, this is for you too, guys. You know, pantry is a pantry is a pantry. So, you know, you might not have a spare bedroom. This is a tiny bedroom. It wasn't actually even a bedroom. I think it was a little office, because it technically didn't have a closet. It does now. The former owner put a double door. That's actually the hallway closet that holds like all the towels. And then of course then there's the door, the entrance door. But this was his office, the original owner. And so at first we had both the kids in here just so that they could be close to us. They were little when we first moved in. And then we ended up moving them downstairs to the bedroom down there. And this became the pantry. I quickly outgrew the downstairs area, and I kind of needed it for homeschool. So it has worked out for us. I wish it was bigger, but we will make do. And I have racks all around this room. So let me be quiet. I'll spin you around and I'll show you my pantry. Okay, I'm gonna hope that this camera stays focused. So this is the view from the door entering into my pantry. As you can see, I've used every square inch. I am gonna ask Danny to build me some shelving here. I have some makeshift shelving right now, but every inch of this place is taken up. So I know I get a lot of questions about the buckets down below. So the white buckets are food grade buckets. I get mine from Home Depot. They're a couple dollars more than like their orange buckets. I think I'm up to 40 buckets now. I have some more stacked there. I do have some in the basement. They are stacked 2 deep. So there's 8 that will fit on one of these shelving units. I get a lot of questions about the shelving units. These were from Home Depot, and these were from Sam's Club. But that was many years ago, and so I don't know what they sell now. But go and check. These are like garage racks, like heavy duty garage racks. And this is what works for us. Now you'll see when I kind of laid out this pantry, I wanted it to kind of go along with like how I cook. Okay, so like I have like all my homemade stuff here. Like I have my baking stuff. This is all my bread baking, all of my baking, my breadcrumbs. I have my jars here for my sourdough. Down here is for like soup starters and canning, that kind of stuff. I've got some odds and ends here. We have a lot of, I bought a slush snow cone maker when I was grieving for the kids for the first summer. So I have like every syrup you can think of, and we pull those out for parties. I have my big bowl there. I have some, you know, things that I always keep pans on hand for like cooking for people at church, anyone who's sick, who had a baby, anything like that. Take home containers. This is all canning stuff and some egg cartons. All my refillable spices. It's kind of ridiculous, and I'd like to come up with a better kind of system for that. And I think if I had some shelves built right here, I could move them all over there and make that a spice rack. That's my plan. But here is like all of my oils and things like that. These are all of my kind of meal replacement that got me through having no teeth for 10 months. Down here is all my canning and my fats. Down here are all my vinegars and things that I use for canning, my oils. I have a 5-gallon bucket, not 5-gallon, 2-gallon bucket there of salt, and up here's all our like cookies, and you'll see all the snacky things are too high up for the kids to reach, so they can't just come in here and get anything they want. All their cereal is up here, crackers for like chili and that kind of stuff. I do stock up a lot on Prego. This just makes it easy for a fast, quick meal. Eric or Danny can cook a dinner with this. I don't have to make it from scratch unless I feel up to it. I have some pizza sauces. This is all noodles. So I have all of my pasta with my spaghetti sauce, like all my Italian stuff there. And then down here I have all my soups. I do have a lot of soups because, you know, I didn't have teeth for almost a year, 10 months. And so I ate a lot of soup. So I have soups, beans, different kinds of beans. Before I was able to have the strength to can, this all used to be beans. But now that I'm able to can my own again, I'm back to doing that. But like all of this is like for Mexican dinner. These are gravies. This kind of stuff, like I stock up on this stuff. The kids love it, but I don't buy it unless it's on sale. And Kroger last week had a sale, 10 for 10. And then they had a $1 coupon off, buy 4, get $1 off. So things like that, that's when I stock up. I've got some Velveeta cheese for homemade mac and cheese. Down here I have like all my tomatoes for making homemade sauce, soup, chili, that kind of stuff. Vegetables, tuna. I've got a couple. They kind of go back there. They're stacked. So a lot of these things I buy from Aldi. That's Aldi tuna fish. They have the best price and the best quality. Otherwise, try not to buy anything from the grocery store unless it's on sale. Kroger has really good deals on things like that. As you see, these are all my stuffings that I picked up after the holidays last year. That's like the best time to get it. Different kinds of rices, side dishes. This is risotto. The kids love this. Lots of mashed potatoes. I survived on mashed potatoes and soup for almost a year. That's why I have to lose weight now, because I had a carb diet for a long time. So those are all potatoes. I do have some oats and things like that back there. Pancake syrup, like breakfast things, peanut butter jellies, lots of peanut butter. I get this in a 2-pack from either Sam's Club or Costco when they have it on sale. So I wait till they have it on sale, it's marked down, and then I get a couple of them. And that's how I do it. So I do buy from bulk stores. We have a membership to both Sam's and Costco. And so, and I try not to buy any groceries unless it's on sale. Salad dressings, because this was my summer of salads. When I got my dentures, I was like, I'm gonna eat a salad every day, and I have. And so I have every salad dressing you can think of. And so, but steak sauces, different kinds of barbecue sauce. I make my own, so I dwindled down, but this used to be stocked with barbecue sauce. But now that I'm able to make my own and get to canning, I'm going to be canning my own. So those kinds of differences in my pantry. Ketchup, Mina is the ketchup queen, so we always have lots of ketchup. Croutons for my salad. I have tons of chocolate for baking. Things for s'mores, lots of teas. Those are my marshmallows that I had to rehydrate. Hot chocolates. All kinds of hot chocolate. Lots of juices. A lot of times I can with these juices and make jelly. Punches for the kids and their friends when they come over. We do have some grown-up drinks. Do not drink and drive. Drink responsibly. And some of that I use for my vanilla, homemade vanilla. Then my home canned goods. So as you can see, I'm finally back to canning and being able to stock up this room a little bit. This was pretty empty. not too long ago. So to be able to put food by again has been amazing. So these are my stocks. I still have some left over where, you know, when I couldn't can, I bought it. So don't feel pressured, you guys. Like, when you stock your pantry, make it work for you. And if you have to take shortcuts and you can't make it from scratch, that's okay. If you don't know how to cook from scratch, that's okay too. I didn't know how to cook from scratch for a long time. Those are all our chips and goodies. Now, mind you, we did come off of a holiday weekend, so we have a lot of pops left over from everyone coming up here over the weekend. Capri Suns, I like to buy those because Mina, well, between the kids going to youth group at church and Mina going to the dance studio twice a week, I like to grab a water, grab a juice. So, and then my protein shakes are there. Beans. I finally got this. I was like, I want a whole row of beans, and I finally got it. So it goes all the way back. So it's fully stocked all the way back. And then my green beans that I did this year. And so there's quite a few things that I still want to can. Carrots, celery, more stock, because that's not going to be enough. And there's more jams, jellies I want to do, pie filling because I'm all out. So there are still some things that I want to, of course, put by in my pantry. And as I need to, I will adjust and rearrange and make room for that. Like I've kind of already shown this, my baking, all of my flours, that kind of stuff. So, so that's that. In this drawer I keep, like, these are all my gloves for handling meat or hot peppers. This drawer is all of my, those are all my tattlers for regular mouth. These are all regular mouth lids, rings. This is for wide mouth, and all my tattlers here. I've got lots of tattlers. And then this is just my storage lids. So I've got wooden ones, I've got plastic. This is my acid measurer for when I canned. I've got some glass lids for my wet jars there. So that's it, you guys. So this is my pantry. This is what I work out of. Again, I have hold on, let's put you up and I'll talk to you. Okay, so that's my pantry. I also have 3 deep freezers downstairs. I do have a second fridge. It's like a retro blue one. It's robin egg blue, and that's where I keep all of our chicken eggs. Once I get them cleaned up and packaged up, they get set down there for sale or giving away. I give a lot away too. In my kitchen, I have a cabinet full of spices, another cabinet full of my flour, my sugar, things that I use when I'm cooking in there. This is where I keep all the refills. In the 5-gallon buckets, I know somebody asked me what I keep in there. Flour. So flour, all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, organic flour. I also keep pure cane sugar. I don't use beet sugar, especially to can with. I just keep with the pure cane. So I buy that and I fill up the buckets. Rice I have in there. I've got beans, dried beans. So as I need to, you know, can more beans, I can pull from those 5-gallon buckets. When a 5-gallon bucket is empty, it gets set off to the side, and then I make a note. And then we'll be making a note in here, but I'll make a note, and I will keep an eye out for sales or, you know, nice big bags. Last year I got beans, dried beans from my mill where they freshly grind my chicken feed. So I bought my beans from them. So what else do I keep in there? Coffee. I have 1 bucket full of coffee. That little one I keep salt. And then I keep them rotated. So the you know, when I fill up a 5-gallon bucket with fresh flour or sugar, whatever it is, that gets pushed to the back and the older stuff comes to the front. Same thing with my pantry. If I'm buying mayonnaise, the new mayonnaise goes to the back, the old stuff gets pushed to the front. So my pantry is always being rotated. This way things don't go bad. Now, this past couple of days, I've been in here touching everything, moving things around. It was kind of messy in here from all my canning adventures. You know, things get torn out of place. So I've been in here cleaning, rearranging, laying hands on everything in my pantry. And I can't express that enough to you. So wherever your pantry is, whether it's a cabinet in the kitchen, whether it's a hall closet, whether it's a room like this, whether it's in your basement, wherever it is, before we start meal planning together on Monday, go ahead this weekend and just lay hands on everything in your pantry. Take a mental note, you can write it down too, but take a mental note of what you have on hand so that when we meal plan, because of course my meal plan is going to look different than your meal plan. I'm just going to show you how I do it. But you will have a mental note of what you have on hand. So you're not going out to buy anything. So the way that I meal plan is we buy groceries on sale or good deals, whatever we do. And then from what we have on hand, we create our menu from what we have. So I don't make shopping lists. I don't go out. I don't say, okay, well, we're going to have meatloaf. Okay, well, I need gravy. I need potatoes to make mashed potatoes. And then write a list and then go out and have to buy it. Because when you go to the grocery store, those things might not be on sale. And so what happens is you end up buying a basket full of groceries at full price, with prices as high as they are. You're going to spend a couple $100 like every week that way. At least $100. I can't even run in and get a couple of things and leave with under $100. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we are going to use what we have on hand. And then if we have any leftovers, we're going to turn them into makeover meals, which that way we don't waste anything in our fridge. So we're going to use what we have on hand. We're going to create a meal plan from that, and then we shop deals and sales. So if your grocery store has ground beef, or your butcher shop has ground beef on sale, when you're out shopping on the weekend, you're gonna pick some up, and then we're gonna meal plan using that meat. Same with any other deal, like, you know, if you have a deal on pork chops or a deal on, you know, stew meat, anything like that. And then now for me, I buy cow. My neighbor does meat cows. I buy cow from her. So my freezer is always full of beef. I can always cook something with beef. But if you don't have that available to you and you don't shop like that, we are going to focus on shopping what is on sale. And for my family, we don't eat meat every night of the week. We have meatless meals, so keep that in mind too. You know, you don't always have to feed meat. You can do other things, and your kids can be completely satisfied. You can have, you know, a tomato soup and grilled cheese dinner night. You can have, you know, a mac and cheese night and serve it with like a side of broccoli or a side of, and that's a perfect meal, and it's meatless. So, and pasta is inexpensive. So, so those are just some of the things I wanted to talk about, that I wanted to share with you. Share my pantry. This is what I will be working with come Monday. And if you have any questions for me regarding my pantry or regarding meal planning, leave them down below. I will come back and make another video before Monday, and we'll do this together, you guys. I'm really excited to be back to doing this. I never thought I'd be back to doing this. God is good. He is sovereign. He restores, He redeems, He heals, and He humbles. And so I come back with a humble heart to help as many other people as I can. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to help each other. So I love you guys. God bless you. And I will see you soon. I'll see you for sure on Monday. But if you have questions for me, I'll see you before then. All right. Mwah. Love you. See you soon.